Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
Welcome to episode 112 of Adventures and Mousecapades.
Today, we're reviewing the Apple Care coverage policies on an iPad Pro when a Boston Terrier decides to make a snack out of your tablet.
Isn't he a Frenchie?
No, he's a Boston.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If you're wondering who the he is, it's Clyde. And Clyde is a complete dumbass. We love Clyde, but yeah, he's an idiot. And decided to make a snack out of Alicia's iPad last night.
I don't know how we got to it, seriously.
Well, when I'm there next week, I'm going to put my stuff on lockdown, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, this week we have a reporter in the field bringing us updates from the Walt Disney World winter quote-unquote slow season 2024. Welcome, Alicia.
Hello, how are
Thanks
you?
for joining us today.
No problem.
Yeah. I am here outside of Seattle, and Alicia is there outside of Orlando. So
Yeah,
we're together through the glories of technology.
exactly.
All right, so you've been doing a bunch of Disney stuff while I've been out here and down in Sacramento with Sterling at a competition and some other things. What after hours events have you been to without me in the last week?
I've been to two, and I'm a little tired right now. Yeah, I've been to, let's see, the first one I did was Epcot After Hours, and the second one I did, which was last night, was Magic Kingdom After Hours. After Hours are separately ticketed events with limited tickets sold, and it's, well, guess what? It's after regular park hours. So like 10 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Nice.
The nice thing is you can get into the parks a little early with that after hours ticket. 7 o'clock, I believe, is when you can get in. I could get in earlier just because I have special privileges at our annual pass thingies. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And you also spent a later evening, although it was an official event, at Hollywood Studios, didn't you?
I did. I wanted to go to Epcot and see a little more of the International Festival of the Arts and talk to an artist that I knew, and figured since I was over there and I didn't have any other plans to go, I wanted to go stop off at Hollywood Studios and just sit down in Batuu for a little bit.
Yeah, nice. Enjoy the vibes.
Yes, very much.
Very cool. Okay, so you're able to get in at 7 o'clock with an after-hours ticket. Is that right? Is that what you said?
Yes, that is correct.
And then the park normally closes at what, 9? And then there's kind of like an hour bleed over? Or how does that kind of operationally work?
9 or 10. It depends on the park because they don't always close at the same time. And there's always a little bit of bleed over from, like, people don't exit the park right at closing. They kind of take their time. I mean, I've definitely been guilty of that a time or two.
Ditto.
Yeah. So the festivities start, like they have the food and water out at 10 o'clock for people to get.
I think there's usually an hour gap. So I'd want to say probably the park is probably closing for day guests at 9 and then the event starts at 10. So, okay, nice. What were the crowds like? We've been to some after hours events that were, I will say, not as limited as what we remember them being. Now, in retrospect, I think those may have been a Halloween and a holiday party. So how do things compare?
That was my ask was, were we actually at an after hours event or were we at a party?
Yeah, we were probably at a party.
Yeah. And the parties are different. They are not as limited. If I could go to almost every after hours event possible, I would. The parks were so empty. At both parks, all of the rides were pretty much walk on.
Oh my gosh.
At Epcot, Guardians was a walk on, I think. Yeah, I didn't have to wait at all for Guardians. I just walked straight through.
Holy cow.
I didn't go to Ratatouille at all because I get a little nauseous from that one.
Yeah.
My mind reconcile the VR with the movement of the ride vehicle. It's just like, nope, this is not correct. And
the 3D video isn't quite in sync with the movement of the actual vehicle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one gets me a little bit too.
Yeah. And at Magic Kingdom, I didn't go on it, but they posted all the wait times. It was 10 minutes for Tron the couple times that I went by it.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I thought about it. I didn't do it. I went on People Mover, of course, because I love People Mover.
Duh.
And the Tomorrowland Speedway, I saw like one car, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should do that, but I didn't do it. I was like, just I'd be the only car on the Speedway. That would be really fun.
Well, I mean, that would be pretty ironic since you're unfortunately getting ready to likely have some significant knee surgery here coming up in a couple months, and if you transition from your ECV into one of the little cars on the track there at Autopia, that would be pretty funny.
That's Disneyland.
No, it's all the same. Everybody knows what we're talking about. Tomorrowland Speedway, excuse me, for the purists.
A little bit, just not a lot. Yeah, so there was not a lot of people there at all. For the Epcot event, they had a DJ.
Huh.
And you could hear the music throughout the park.
That's cool.
The Magic Kingdom event did not have a DJ that I heard.
Okay.
So, yeah.
A little different. Yeah. Cool. So, in general, pretty much walk-ons to just about everything.
Yeah.
And that means if there is a walk-on to Tron, so they aren't using virtual queues during these after-hours events either, right?
Correct.
That's awesome. So that's pretty significant. These are like the only times that you can do a standby queue to get on to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind or to Tron Light Cycle Run. These are just, go wait in line. Everywhere else or every time else, you've got to do either a virtual queue or buy a fancy pass pay-per-ride Lightning Lane to get in. So that, depending on your level of adventure, and if you have somebody in your party who wants to do, Tron 5 times in an evening, this may be the ticket for you. This is the way.
At Epcot, my goal was to ride Guardians over and over and over and over again until I got all the songs.
How'd that work out?
However, I currently have a double ear infection.
Oh, no.
I don't know how it happened. I just have a double ear infection. And I got on the Guardians, I think it was 10:30, and that was 10:30, 30 minutes after the event started.
Right.
Walk on. And my ears did not like that at all. I could feel like extra pressure in them. It wasn't painful, but I could feel the pressure. It went from one ear to both ears. I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that again. Spoiler, I did do it again, but it was at the end of the day.
So what songs did you get on Cosmic Rewind?
I got Everybody Wants to Rule the World. So that makes the third time in a row that I got that song, because when we were here in December,
whenever that was, sure.
With the kids, when I went with the kids, both times we went on it, we got Everybody Wants to Rule the World. So that's what I got this. The second time I got One Way or Another. By So
nice. Nice. Still no September.
I've had September twice. I've had September and Conga and Disco Inferno. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. One Way or Another. I haven't gotten the Flock of Seagulls song, And I Ran. I think that's the only one I haven't gotten.
Got it. Okay, cool. Well, I've had Conga twice. Mm-hmm. I nearly lost my luggage twice. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go back on that ride again. So, oh well. You know what? I will get in my car on the way back to the house and crank September, and I will just drive real aggressively, and it'll be just the same, right?
No, that would be Test Track.
I could go 64.9 miles an hour.
Did you know on September 21st, that is the only song that they played?
I heard
all
that.
All day for Guardians?
It makes me want to fly to Florida just for that day.
I thought that was cool.
And I don't care if I'll throw up. I want to hear that song on that ride.
So when you were on the ride, were you watching the screens?
No, I don't really remember, honestly.
Okay.
I was so focused on that lap bar, just pressing right into my solar plexus. The whole thing's kind of a blur.
I've heard if you watch the screens, you're more susceptible to motion sickness.
Which, like in the ride? I don't remember.
Yeah, in the ride. If you try to focus on the screens, what's going on.
Oh, no, I was looking up and out. Or looking down and kind of closing my eyes and going, don't hurl, don't hurl, don't hurl.
Okay.
All right. So what is included with a non-special event, so a non-holiday party, non-Halloween, after-hours event? Do you get snacks or like what's the deal?
Snacks are included. Snacks are popcorn, ice cream bars, and there are 3 different types of ice cream bars. There is the strawberry fruit ice cream sandwich and the deluxe Mickey bar or whatever the
Mickey premium bar.
Yes, premium. Sorry, not deluxe. The Mickey premium bar. Yeah, and sodas. So there's Coke and water, Diet Coke. I don't know what else they have. Probably the Powerade stuff. So
got it. Their normal assortment of sodas and water and stuff like that. Got it.
As much as you want, and you just have at it. I may have filled a bag up because soda and I needed some caffeine.
Are there any notable changes from normal daily operations? Like, are all the rides open? I'm guessing some of the shows may not be running, but is everything else kind of open and going?
There are a couple restaurants open for mobile orders, maybe 1 or 2 have options for additional purchase. None of the shows are going. Not all of the rides are available. Most of them are, and obviously the
big
popular ones. Yeah. Characters, there's not really a lot, which was disappointing to me. I really would have liked to see characters.
Yeah.
In the Epcot one, it just said characters throughout the park. And I did a survey. Disney sent me a survey. And one of the things that they asked was if there's anything you could change. I was like, I would have liked to have known where the characters were in Epcot because they didn't say where. And Epcot's kind of big for you to go hunting.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I did happen to find Pluto, and I got my picture with Pluto because he's a good boy. He's the goodest boy.
He's the best boy. Pluto doesn't eat iPads.
No, he doesn't. And I think I saw Mickey over by France in his tails.
Okay.
And I don't know who else was there. Figment wasn't there. I went over there, but no Figment. I'm just saying. The Magic Kingdom one listed the characters and said where they were.
Okay.
There were 3. You could do Mickey Mouse in the front of the park and 2 princesses. And that was it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. And I'm assuming the normal meet and greets that are kind of the normal standing attractions weren't running, right?
No, none of that was.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, that does seem like an area for improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kind of recap a little bit. What were some of your highlights from Epcot?
Well, I went there a little early because I wanted to eat dinner.
Yeah.
And not have ice cream for dinner. I've done that before. I didn't want to do it that night. I wanted some protein. And because it's a festival right now, they have all these booths with delicious food. I also needed to go early to get a certain popcorn bucket.
Yes, the Figment popcorn bucket that is, I don't know, what hall is that? It's his ride, right?
Imagination Pavilion.
Yes. My my mom saw that on social media and sent a note to us immediately, said, I want.
Yes.
You will get this for me.
Yes. Okay, so when I was there, I hit a couple booths. I got the beef Wellington.
Ooh.
Which was tender and delicious. There was a demi-glace with it, and it was very good. Some red wine thing, I don't know. The mashed potatoes steal the show on that thing, though. There's a little, just like a little tiny dollop of it. There's garlicky and buttery and delicious.
Nice.
over where I got the popcorn buckets, they had a rainbow cake, a vanilla cake, I guess, with just all the colors of the rainbow in it.
Right.
And I also got a cider flight.
Cool.
The cider was black cherry, blood orange, and I think passion fruit was the last one. They're all pretty good. I liked black cherry and blood orange the best.
Cool.
The cake was kind of sickly sweet. The Skittles they're like freeze-dried Skittles.
On the cake?
On the cake, just a couple. They were crunchy.
Well, I'm not a fan of Skittles, no matter what their texture is, so.
It was weird.
Dehydrated Skittles.
Yep. Over by the Mexico Pavilion, I got the carne asada, which was very good. It came with green beans that were too spicy for me to eat. I also ordered a smoky banana margarita.
Ooh.
I was like, oh, that sounds pretty good.
And was it?
Do you know on Spaceship Earth where you go by where the Library of Alexandria is burning?
Yes.
It tasted like that smelled.
So very smoky.
I did not like it. It like tasted exactly like it smelled. I'm like, I don't want this in my mouth. I didn't taste any banana. The carne asada came with some sort of cheese thing. It was like a flat, square piece of cheese. I don't know what it was, but it was very good. Over in Canada, the popcorn area over there had maple popcorn that they were giving out. And I've never had maple popcorn.
Would you have it again?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I like caramel corn. And I asked the cast members there, I was like, what are your thoughts on this? Is it any good? And they're like, we like it better than caramel corn. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And I said, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. And I just left with it.
Nice.
One of the last things I got was school bread, which is over in the Norway area.
Okay.
I've heard a lot about it on a bunch of the YouTube things that we watch. And it was recommended when I went into the little bakery area. I was like, what's good here? And they said, oh, the school bread, it's the highest selling thing, food item in all of Disney.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I will try it.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it.
Huh. How would you describe the taste?
Kind of like a not sweet vanilla.
Okay.
To me, it just tasted dry. I'm not good with saying tastes at all. This is why I don't do food things, because I'm like, oh, it was delicious, or oh, it was not delicious. This one was meh for me, and it was filled with custard. The custard made it taste better.
Got it.
A vanilla custard type thing. It had coconut shavings on the top of it. Overall, it just tasted dry and not super flavorful, not really sweet. It didn't need to be sweet. It just wasn't a good flavor for me, I guess.
Wasn't what you were looking for.
Wasn't what I was looking for.
Got it.
I like the custard, though.
Cool. Did you get up to any rides in Epcot other than Guardians?
Yes, I did Test Track.
Cool. 64.9 miles an hour. Amazing. You went faster on your way over to Epcot, but it's fine.
I did. And I built my own vehicle, some weird truck thing. I don't know. I did really fast and did really bad in all the trials on the ride. There were only 3 people total in the car. I had the front row to myself. I was smack dab in the middle.
Cool.
I went on the Frozen ride. The seat was wet.
Oh, jeez.
I went on Journey into the Imagination with Figment. I got right to the front of the line. Nobody else was there. And the ride broke down. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, like, he was about to wave me in, and the ride broke down. Waited about, 10 or 15 minutes chatting with the cast members. The maintenance technicians came in and started working on, I don't know what they're doing. They're over in the console area doing stuff.
Okay.
And then it got working again. And by that time, we had probably about 20 people in line.
Got it. You almost got your own private date with Figment.
I almost got my own. Yeah. Oh, I did Spaceship Earth too. Actually, I did that before the party started. That was the very first thing I went on, because you gotta do that if you're in Epcot.
Right. And you got to thank the Phoenicians.
Mm-hmm. I did. I thanked the Phoenicians.
Excellent.
Walked through the Journey of Water with Moana. And something I didn't mention, they didn't have characters all over the place, but they had PhotoPass photographers almost everywhere.
Oh, cool.
So many. And I didn't really take advantage of that a lot. I don't know why. I did more in Epcot than I did in Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
But there was somebody in the Moana walkthrough, so I got some pictures over there.
All right. Is there anything else at Epcot that you got up to you want to share?
I got an ECV because I forgot to take knee meds, and that is a big park.
Yeah.
It's much easier and faster for me to get around that way. I checked with them to see if they would be open for the event, and they said, "Oh yeah, we're here until 2." I'm like, okay, perfect. In a Morgan Freeman voice, they were not there until 2. I got to that area around 1:35, and everything was closed up.
Oh, geez. To return your cart. Yeah.
To return the cart. Yeah. I went towards the front and noticed somebody wearing all black, had a headset on and a clipboard. And I'm like, that is who I need to go talk to.
Yeah. They know what's going on.
So I talked with her, and she made some phone calls, got it all squared away, went back over to the rental area, and somebody like opened the little garage door and checked me in and everything. She's like, "Oh no, everybody leaves at 1:30. I'm like, okay, well, thank you for staying and helping out. I appreciate it.
Well, and you were like stuck on a ride or stuck at a ride or something like that, right?
Yes, Guardians. It was Guardians. I got on Guardians at 12:59, and there was a little bit of hold up there. Like I was the very last person in the line. It was pretty awesome. One of the cars, I don't know what happened. They basically stopped it and had to run 2 or 3 trains by themselves before we got on.
They had the test.
Yeah, and there was only one side was running.
Okay.
Later in the evening. When it first started, but there were both sides, but it was just one side at the end. Anyway, we finally got on it. So I ended up being like the very last person out of the park. I got some really cool pictures of Spaceship Earth with no people at all.
That's awesome.
And got to the car at like 1:55, and it was awesome.
Our friends were a little shocked that you were home so late, but it all worked out.
Oh no, nobody heard me come in.
Well, I know, but I think the next day they were like, "You got home when?"
Yes.
All right, so Magic Kingdom. What are your highlights from your Magic Kingdom After Hours event?
Magic Kingdom. I went a little early to have dinner at Skipper Canteen, which was very nice. I got my only ice cream out of both of the events was one of the Mickey ice cream sandwiches.
Awesome.
Let's see, I got to hit Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Peter Pan, which was a total walk-on, like straight through.
Wow.
I've like never seen that.
No.
Got on the People Mover because it's People Mover. You got to get on the People Mover.
Indeed.
Did a little bit of shopping. Took a little bit of pictures, I think. And I got to see 2 fireworks shows at Magic Kingdom.
Wow.
The first one was for, regular paying guests, day guests, was Happily Ever After. And that was at 8:00.
Okay.
Extremely packed. Very many people.
Yes.
I still got a pretty good seat. I went over in the disabled access section and was able to find a place and got some good views.
After somebody took their kid off their shoulders.
After somebody took their kid off their shoulders, yeah. It's just like total chaos over there. Yeah. In the section I was in, it was fine. There was enough room for people, but just looking at everything around you, they have stuff marked off in tape on the floor, like a yellow marker where they want people to stand.
Yeah.
And the amount of pushing and shoving and just yelling at each other, it was crazy.
Jeez.
And the cast members did what they could. I think they actually had a security person come in to try and get people, because more and more people kept shoving in and shoving others out of the box area. So it was, yeah, there was a little bit of unhappiness, but I think they cleared it all up. Be nice to cast members, people.
Yeah. Be nice to each other.
Be nice to each other. Yeah. That was really nice, really pretty. I don't know when the last time we stood and watched a fireworks show was.
I know. It was the Christmas parade with my parents.
Yeah, the Christmas one. That wasn't for a special event, I should say.
True. Well, no, we stayed with actually, no, that's right. We didn't do that. It was, my parents weren't with us. We stood and watched the parade with my parents.
Yeah.
And we watched the last fireworks show of the night and stuff like that after they were gone. Okay, that's right. Anyhow, back to this show.
I enjoyed it.
Good.
The other one at 11 o'clock was Enchantment.
Okay.
So they brought Enchantment back for the after hours events. And I went over a little early because I wasn't sure how it would be. I talked to the cast member asking if there was certain areas they were blocking off, roping off or whatever. She's like, oh, no. You can go wherever. The whole thing's open. I'm like, oh, okay. So I went up really close to the castle. I've never been close to the castle enough that I can really see the projections. So I did that. And it was amazing just being able to see everything. I was a little too close.
Okay.
I couldn't get a great view of the fireworks. Sometimes I could see them peeking out behind the castle.
So you were like stage show close, and
Yes.
that was too close to see the fireworks because
Yes.
the castle was basically blocking them.
I could see some of it, but
Yeah.
I still cried. It was amazing. I really, really enjoyed that. I got a video. I got some good pictures.
Nice.
And that wasn't at the very end of the day. That was 11. So I was out.
The
doing
party
my
was
own
just
thing.
getting going.
Exactly. Yeah. I would do these again.
Yeah.
You get to do this at Hollywood Studios when you're here.
Yes.
So you're going to get to go on Rise of the Resistance like 20 times in a row.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Woe is me.
Woe is you.
I am looking forward to that. So I guess the biggest question, we've been pretty down on these extra ticketed events based on not just the last two. I mean, several of these experiences that we've been to. I think we went to another one that was maybe in California or something that was over the summer. I don't remember the details, but there have been several in a row that were overpacked and oversold, at least in our opinion. I'm sure Disney is like, no, we want to sell more because we want more money. But based on what you experienced in these two events, has Disney kind of redeemed the concept of an after hours event for you?
If they continue to do it like they have for these two that I went to, yes.
Okay.
Usually when people go to these types of events, it's so they can get on the rides. They haven't really been able to.
Yeah.
There's not any extra type of character things or anything like that. It's to get on the rides.
The rides.
And if that is your goal, this is the event to do. Because I could, if I wanted to, if I just concentrated on that, I probably could have hit every single one that was open.
Wow.
But I was taking my time. I was enjoying the park.
Yeah.
Like when I was Epcot, I literally, here's the other thing about Epcot. They closed part of World Showcase. You couldn't go all the way around.
I've heard that they do that sometimes. That's a bummer.
So I went all the way around right before they closed the park and nobody was there. Like Morocco, I went through Morocco and did not see a single person.
Wow.
And no cast members or anything. And it was gorgeous because it was dark.
Yeah.
But during the event, you can't go past Norway.
Okay. And then
you have to turn and go all the way back around if you want to go to France. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then it ends at France, right? Because then Morocco's next. And I'm guessing they closed Morocco as well.
I didn't go back over that way.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it closes at Morocco. It's either before or after Morocco coming from France. I think it may be before.
Probably because there's nothing in Morocco.
Yeah, they've got to fix that. They've got to use that space. But anyhow, that's not what this episode's about. Well, are there any changes that you'd make or want Disney to make based on kind of what you experienced at these two events?
I'd like more characters.
Yeah.
I think I'd like this to be a little more like the DVC Moonlight Magic, where they have more rare characters out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The only issue with that is it would kind of take away from the DVC thing.
Yeah.
At least have more characters available. I don't know.
Even if they were just like the main characters, but just have them available.
I realize that would take more people.
Yeah.
More cast members to do that, though. They don't need to throw another dance party at things because Disney has a tendency to do that and throw dance parties into the mix. Although the DJ was a nice touch at Epcot. I enjoyed hearing the music. They did a bunch of different mashups. They did one that did not work at all. It's an interesting concept. It was Bruno Mars, 24 Karat Magic, and We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Huh.
The timing works out.
Yeah.
The keys and the melodic progression does not work out. I was wincing multiple times. I'm like, oh, no, don't do that.
That's like a very major key set in the Bruno Mars song with... It's like a diminished...
It was hurting me, honestly. Yeah. I mean, they're most of it sounded okay, but like towards the end of lines,
it
was just like, no, you can't do that.
All right. Well, this isn't a music theory podcast either. So.
The DJ, I thought the DJ was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I keep remembering things. Chip and Dale were dancing over at the DJ area in Epcot.
Cool. Where was the DJ?
Over by Guardians and Space 220. It's not Space 220. It is Space 220.
Yeah, space. The mission space.
Mission space. Thank you.
Mission space.
Like right after Connections, I think is what it is.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Well, maybe one of these millennia they'll actually have the showcase stage there in the middle open up.
Yep.
Maybe
that would be nice.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Disney's too addicted to construction walls. Those are never coming down.
I did hear that they started offering actually even more after hours events now. Like, I think they opened up a whole new set of them.
Huh. Well, I mean, some exec somewhere realized that they could sell the same park twice in one day. So,
yeah.
And if you're cutting down on how many characters are there and things like that, your overhead's a lot lower. All these things are probably going to be staffed with college program kids. I get the business side of it. I understand why the decisions are being made that are being made.
And it's about what you pay for a single day at the park too.
Right.
You just don't have all the stuff available.
Right. But what is available, you get to do because you're not going to be waiting in those kind of lines. So.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they keep that kind of happy balance up because I'm with you. This seems really interesting. This is the kind of after hours event I'd like to be at. Kind of an ability to skip those crowds. So I'm excited to see how Hollywood Studios turns out here in a couple weeks because the last after hours event we went to at Hollywood Studios was slammed. And this will be kind of more of a direct comparison to that last event where we came out kind of really disappointed. Yeah. So here's hoping that I can do Rise a couple times and hit Slinky and all the other stuff. So
yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, that is it for this week. And as a reminder, we are not affiliated with Disney or their subsidiaries. These are our personal opinions and suggestions based on our own experiences. We recommend working with a travel agent or contacting Disney directly to plan your perfect vacation.
If you have any questions or suggestions, or if you'd like to be interviewed on our show to share your Disney experience, please send an email to podcast@ourmousecapades.com.
Follow us on socials. We're at Our Mousecapades, and please head on over to Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Please give us a rating and review that helps people find us.
Thanks for listening. We'll be in your ears next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.